I strongly believe the schools belong firmly integrated into the community. When we integrate the community seamlessly into our instruction and support of students, those who stand to benefit will participate more willingly, which will begin to impact how much we spend on the current education system. Currently, our local and state governments are asking local school boards to find ways to reduce spendings. I understand their concern when they look at the percentage of funds spent on school today compared to what we allocated 30 years ago. In 1970, the United States spent $4,060 per pupil. Now, that's less than half of the $9,266 on average, of course, we spent in 2005. What seems to be missing from the debate is how much more our communities, both large and small, are asking from our education professionals. Every new initiative placed upon the schools consumes a part of the amount allocated for every student. Our political debates regarding this matter revolve mostly around how to pay for all that is included in our education system. As a parent and educator, I would appreciate a better definition of what can be included under the banner Education in Schools. We include such programs as wrestling, football, proms, health and wellness. What seems to be missing from the debate is any discussion on how our communities can begin picking up some of the costs for non-academic expenses. So I believe that teachers and staff of our schools should promote and demonstrate directly to the community what instruction in our schools looks like. This will help refine the list of tasks placed upon the shoulders of our educators and taxpayers. So, with that said, as I work in the classroom, I must always be aware that I am working within a partnership. I am relying on parents and other shareholders to reinforce what has just been taught. And throughout my tenure as a classroom teacher and an instructional technology teacher, I have looked for ways to exhibit student work, relay their progress, and quickly share any assessments. In order to do this effectively, it is essential to understand the local community for which I support. The best way to do this is meet as many of the parents and community members as possible. At the beginning of the school year, I developed a technology fair for one of the schools I work at. We promoted the fair as a way for parents to see how some of our new technologies were being used for instruction. They were able to try smartboards, learn more about our digital citizenship lessons, use some of the educational apps on iPads, and sign up for PowerSchool, which allowed them to see their child's grade at any time. This was the first year and the first time I have developed an event such as this. I only hope I can integrate these events closer to the neighborhoods because we tend to keep most of all things educational behind the school doors. I would like to set up these technologies in community halls if it would help bring more people in. I have also participated in the Read the Address event in partnership with KUAC, our local public radio and television station. The Read the Address event is based around Abraham Lincoln's Gettysburg Address. I've always been a strong advocate for using audio and video in the classrooms. It allows students to complete projects and activities in a way that might interest them and cater to their unique learning style. As important is how well it provides visual and audible feedback to the students. However, I knew I would have to explain to parents and teachers how important these events in the student's learning career are because they become memorable moments that can shape a positive perception of learning. When students enroll in school, parents are given many choices on what type of media can be published of their child. After talking with many parents about publishing student work, I find myself redefining what it means to publish in the 21st century. Many parents continue to believe that publishing student work means putting it into a collection with other student work or allowing news reporters to interview their child. Publishing looks entirely different today and includes platforms that weren't in existence during their school years. This is why it is so important to make direct connections with parents in the community in order to define exactly what we can do for their child's education, specifically with regards to technology. On March 28, 2014, I recorded 20 students reciting the Gettysburg Address. The video, for those who returned their permission slip, was then uploaded to YouTube and submitted to the event's website. Another one of my reasons for selecting this artifact is how it supports the new listening and speaking standards that are included in the new Alaska State Standards for Language Arts. Once I have introduced this technique as a viable tool for building speaking and listening skills, we can begin to discuss how to incorporate local knowledge and ways of learning. For example, students will be recording interviews of local elders and using iMovie to create a multimedia slideshow with images that correspond with what the speaker is saying at that time, much like you're seeing here. Okay, let's talk about the School of Education reflections and the artifacts. So, as the instructional technology teacher for a school that is using video conference technology to establish distance learning, I was tasked with creating a small promotional and instructional video for the program. Once the video was edited and I confirmed the participants were allowed to be videotaped, it was promoted by the curriculum department as one of the successful programs we use to reach students which otherwise could not be reached. As an educator who firmly believes in the importance of educating students and parents on the ethical use of online tools, downloading appropriately licensed media is a procedure I want to model and demonstrate for as many students and parents as possible. I have created a lesson plan that demonstrates how to use the Google image search to filter out material that has been copyrighted. Once students are aware of how to do this, they are encouraged to continue the procedure whenever they are downloading media for presentations. I am also tasked with building vast online communities of knowledge from which I can spread global awareness. I have assisted teachers with digital field trips and demonstrated how to use Edmodo for professional development. So this has been my audio, video, multimedia reflection. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I've hoped it was educational. Thank you.